Oh my god, this is so funny. Kyung-jun joins in. Yo. Oh, he's finally going to show Kyung-jun Sona. Oh, the end of the episode. Damn. Oh, Uno got his car towed. This has to be one of my favorite episodes in this drama. Cause, hear me out. Now for Uno and Jaewon, just seeing their flashbacks, just seeing how this episode is mainly focusing on them and seeing how much these two really impacted each other's lives, even though they only known each other for a month or two, we know that they still love each other. And even though they tried to forget each other, throw away stuff that reminded them of each other, they still, they still love each other. And as a viewer, you want to root for them and you want them to actually meet again face to face, without any running away or lying or anything, just face to face, talk it out. And again, as a viewer, you want to root for them and hopefully they get back together. Now, at the beginning of this episode, we see Sonyoung at the police station dealing with another ex. He takes off his clothes. Typical Sonyoung, right? Now, she's drunk, and then out of nowhere she says, take off your underwear, and then she goes crazy and try to forcefully take off his underwear. And then we see Mino as a cop. Another cameo, which is pretty awesome. So, and then afterwards, Mino, well, his character's name is Dong something, but I can't remember. But again, I'll just call him Mino, just to make it easier. So Mino and the other cop, they were talking to the interviewer and saying that, stuff like this is very tiring for us, especially it's worse when they're drunk. And then here comes Jaewon, drunk Jaewon. And what's really surprising is that Sonyoung's situation happened right before he came in, which is pretty interesting. And then Jaewon is reporting, a woman named Sona stole my camera and all of that. And come to find out, it's not his first time coming to the police station reporting the same story over and over again, which makes sense because the other cops was repeating they were repeating his story even though he didn't say it yet. And Mino, he called him by his name even though he didn't set his name to them. I'm like, wait, how do they know all this? Again, it's not his first time. They even kept track in a book about all of the times that he came to the police station, just saying the same story over and over again. And in this episode, according to the cops, it's his sixth time. And then eventually they just put him in a cellar, and then Kyung-jun, he got a call and then he went to go pick him up afterwards. I think this is the first time that our main characters talk to the interviewer just one time. I think it is. Because the only time that they talked to the interviewer was when Rini, Kanggon, and Uno were talking about their relationship and how they knew each other, and they knew each other since kindergarten. And what's pretty funny was when Kanggon said, I can't date because of these two. And then they were confused, and then we see a flashback 4 years ago, and we see how Kanggon and Sonyoung broke up. And it does make sense, because remember what Sonyoung said. They broke up because of Uno. And we see why, because Sonyoung went to, I think it was a cafe, met up with Kanggon, and she asked him, is it me or Uno? And Kanggon said, well, I like you both. Is it me or Rini? And then Kanggon got the idea, so you're basically making me choose between my friends and you. And eventually they broke up. She takes the bag that she bought for her, that she bought for him. And then in the background, we see Rini and Uno just doing this. And then Sonyoung came near them, walked up to them, and then they're just like hovering over a rail, just being so intimidated. I'm like, damn, Sonyoung really has a strong woman type of vibe. And she does. And eventually she does give Rini the bag and said, hey, it's for your boyfriend. So yeah, again, we understand why Sonyoung and Kanggon broke up because of Uno, but really, it's not really because of Uno. It's mainly Sonyoung's view on how a man and a woman can't be friends. So really, it's because of her, not Uno. Right now, I'm just waiting for the moment that everyone finds out that Uno is Sona. Well, especially her friends. But here's the thing though. Didn't Uno reveal that she was Sona in the interview? And everyone in that interview can see everyone's response to pretty much everything. So I'm surprised that they didn't see her reveal that she was Sona, which is pretty interesting, or maybe it's something that they forgot. Oh, that one scene where both Uno and J1 were about to throw away their surfboard. Not gonna lie, I was kind of heartbroken because it was like, oh man, the surfboards. So basically, those two went to the community service center to throw it away. Now, Uno, she was about to throw it away and she did have second thoughts. She was going to give it to that guy. And then, well, the moment that she kind of handed it over, she kind of held back a bit and she had second thoughts. But then eventually she was like, okay, you know what, keep it. And I'm like, ooh, she's going to regret that because it's pretty obvious. But then for J1, he was like, nah, I can't throw it away. Well, he said that I can't throw it away today. So it's pretty obvious that he's going to keep his. And again, as a viewer, man, you want to root for them. You want to see them together, but still, it's so heartbroken. Oh, and then also J1 remembered that his dashboard was on and it recorded when he met Uno that night. And he was trying to get to his car. Eventually it got towed, but then towards the end of the episode, he got to his car and you know, I kind of thought he was really going to show it, but then it was the end of the episode. I was like, no. But then the very last scene of the episode, we see Uno reporting for an illegal parking. So she was the one that got the car towed and she was going to pay the fine, but she couldn't. And then she also said, make sure you guys tow it and make sure the car doesn't get any damages. So at least she was careful towards that. But yeah, like Uno right now, it's like we know that she still loves J1, but for her, it's more of a push and pull kind of thing with her. Like, I'm gonna throw it away. I'm gonna forget. That car, I know it's his, tow it away, but I don't want any damages on it. You know, it's like, yeah, for her, it's definitely a push and pull. Well, it's also the same thing for J1 too. Cause, well, actually, I had a good start, but I don't know how to follow through with that. Yeah, it's just a push and pull kind of thing. And I'm gonna say it one last time. I want these two together, and like just seeing these two not together, not contacting each other, just being reminded of all of the things that they went through, even though it was only a month or two. I want them together, you know. So anyway, this was a pretty good episode. Definitely one of my favorites. I think we're gonna get a moment where Sonyeong and Jaewon are gonna meet each other drunk at a bar. I wouldn't say they'll sleep together, no. But yeah, these two are really gonna have to meet each other since Jaewon, Kangwon, Rini, and Uno, they already know each other. And they've met face to face, obviously. So I think it makes sense for J1 and Sonyeong to meet each other, especially if they're drunk. If they're drunk, I think it's going to be hilarious. I mean, technically they did meet each other drunk, sort of, at the police station. Sort of. But yeah, I kind of think those two are going to meet each other. So anyway, if you guys like my review and my little reaction at the beginning of this review, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. See ya.